Hi, I'm Rhea from Active Health Clinic, and I wanted to speak to you today about better managing your energy and better managing your capacity. So I know that living with a chronic illness, you probably know what pacing is. And I also know that pacing can be exceptionally difficult because it sometimes goes against everything that we know or the way that we achieve things. And it can be very frustrating. But the one biggest thing that I work with my patients on is finding their modality of pacing. In what way does that work for them? And how can we implement pacing into their life that they're not constantly resisting pacing or challenging that they're able to find a way that it works for them, their circumstances, their personality, and their illness. And it's really important to take all of that into consideration. So you will have heard a lot about the Spearing theory, the traffic lights, the types of fatigue, activity logs, etc. There are many, many ways to pace. And you'll see that on our YouTube channel in particular, we have so many pacing videos because it's about, it's not what you do, it is how you do it. And it's finding the how behind your pacing that makes sense to you. So you will notice that we've covered this topic a number of times, but because we have to look at it in multiple different ways in order to find a way that works for us. So today I'm going to talk to you about where your energy is going. So I like to use an example of pacing in the sense of having a look at things that take energy, having a look at things that give energy, and having a look at things that maybe don't give or take. So I like to put these into three categories. We have our energy positive tasks. These are the things that give us energy. And I know with a chronic illness, that's rare. Not necessarily making us feel amazing, but potentially putting a little bit of fuel into the tank to keep going. So we have our energy positive tasks. So these are our restorative activities. These help us to settle our symptoms and potentially help us to feel a little bit better. These are generally our gentle and quiet based activities. Then we have our energy negative tasks, and they are the things that take a substantial amount of energy. And basically these are the bigger activities that, are a part of our normal life. And these can be things like work or study or life admin or activities of daily living like the housework or sometimes it's getting meals. So our energy negative tasks are the things that just not completely drain us. Some of them may, but things that take our energy versus we actually have something in between. So a lot of people can quite easily identify what may be energy positive to some extent and what is definitely energy negative. But we also have energy neutral, and that's our middle ground. Energy neutral means that it is something that gives you energy and something that takes energy at the same time. So socializing is a very good example of that. It takes energy to socialize, but when we socialize, we are emotionally engaged, and sometimes it uplifts our mood, makes us happier, and adds a bit of variety to our day. So there's lots of benefits from the socializing that we get, which are energy positive. Okay. So basically it takes energy because practically it does, but it gives energy too in multiple different ways. Okay, so something like going for a walk may take physical energy for some, but emotionally and environmentally may be exactly what they need. So it might be more of an energy neutral task. So why this is important is that it does help set up our framework behind our pacing. How are we pacing, and are the scales tipped? Are there too many energy negative tasks that we're not balancing accordingly with our neutral and our positive? Or are we not aware of our neutral and we're not using them to our advantage? We're not putting them into our day because we assume they're energy negative when they may actually come with benefits that may be partially energy positive, so it's putting it in that neutral status. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. This is one that I use with a lot of my patients to help them identify where they can get the most out of their day, but ideally, obviously, without worsening their symptoms. So I hope you have found this helpful. If so, tag someone below that you think it might help too. Share it, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, all of those things. We are getting out. We're trying to make invisible illnesses visible. So we are aiming to impact 1 million lives by 2022, and we need your help. See you soon.